Hello, I'm playing Aether and Iron. Now I am level 18.
That poor man. If I'd have just gotten him below deck sooner.
Bullet holes and bad dreams. Just another day in the lowers.
Okay, let's leave.
Hello, everyone. The attackers have fled. Our faithful managed to drive them away. As Annie would say, long is the path, and the tribulations many, but... how does that go?
Hey, Gia. This attack. Ain't it weird how nobody on the ship seems as surprised as they ought to be? Upper's mercs are dropping out of the sky. Where's the escorts?
I don't know. But I know one thing. The Blacktails heard ahead of time that it'd be unprotected. I've heard the story, how Annie the Axe stormed the walls and overthrew the last unfortunate Baron. The palace where she started her crusade, now a living museum in her honor. Her axe still hangs lodged in the gate, an inspiration to her followers and a threat to her enemies. Seeing it feels a little like walking past Beowulf's lost sword. I debark with the other passengers, milling towards the gates of Annie's Walk. Passengers from the Solomons spill out onto the deck, their clothes and smiles undamaged by the Blacktails. Still, pilgrims from the Sol remain in high spirits as we move toward the gates.
I can't believe I made it in one piece.
A cheerful man shuffles to the front of the crowd. He gives the air of a proud bird perched over a breathtaking vista. But the smile beneath his beak gives the impression of affability.
Hello, my little lambs. Welcome to Annie's Walk. I'm Pastor Zachary Parrish, and on behalf of the pilgrimage site, welcome. I know you had a long, hard ride. There's lemonade and plenty of space to rest inside. You need only pay the entrance fee.
Again.
Annie's Walk stays open due to the generous donations of our faithful. If you've forgotten your wallet at home, we encourage you to wander the exterior until the ferries are prepared to depart.
We're greeted by another line, though this one moves a great deal faster as pilgrims toss their alms into a basket. We pass through after depositing our own entry fee.
Thank you so much. Head right inside. And who do we... Oh, Ida, you're back.
The veneer of affability slides off the pastor's face, rustling the feathers of his flock. Nearby officials quickly avert their eyes and move on. The line moves. I casually nudge Benny out of the way while the pastor and pilgrim continue in strained conversation.
Hi, Pastor Zachary. I have my entry fee right here. The same amount you told me I needed last time.
You just can't stay away, can you? Hold on just a moment, let me see.
Ida's hand extends cautiously, as though the pastor is a venomous snake about to bite. Zachary counts the cash, shaking his head as he passes it back with the same degree of affection.
I'm so sorry, dear. You appear to be short. Again. Come back another day.
What? But I made sure I had enough. After the last time.
Ah, I'm so sorry, Ida. The entry fee has been raised since you were last here. Annie's Walk is in high demand, and we only have room for so many pilgrims at a time.
But I can't. I already... Please. Please, Pastor Zachary, I need this.
Now, I understand how you feel. Look at these people around you. They would feel much the same if they had come all this way without the proper entry fee. You are free to come back later, of course.
I raise my voice enough for both Zachary and the crowd to hear. Excuse me, Pastor. As a fellow pilgrim, I think Ida deserves entry. She came here with devotion in her heart, with an entry fee. I think I speak for other pilgrims when I say that this seems uncharitable.
Yeah, let her in.
Thank you so much for your input. Fine. Welcome in. Now hurry along.
Thank you, Pastor Zachary.
Ida tosses her money in the basket and passes through the gate. Zachary maintains a painfully friendly smile as he greets the next pilgrim in line. We follow the rest of the pilgrims in. Most walk off to take in the attractions, but Pastor Zachary pulls a few aside in turn.
So we agree that's our guy, right?
Too early to tell. I don't like the guy, but jerks with power are a dime a dozen.
My reporter instincts are screaming that guy's the kind with a stash of contraband in his basement. We just gotta find a way to prove it. We should do some snooping, but I bet we gotta talk to the guy in charge to get the real juicy details. If corruption goes all the way to the top, he's at the top. We gotta get an interview.
All right, let's figure out how to make that happen. Excuse me, we're from the Midtown Crier doing a piece on the pilgrimage. We wanted a word with Pastor Zachary.
I'm sorry, ma'am. The pastor is a very busy man. He only grants a few private audiences per day.
Uh-huh. And what sort of people are granted those?
Well, the especially devout, potential sponsors, anyone who can prove they're a real reporter.
We need to get his attention then. Either spend enough dough to make us look like potential donors, or lean into the reporter shtick until he decides to pour honey on the story. It's the end of the line, and for most pilgrims, that means the end of a consequential journey. Many make offerings to keep Annie's goals moving forward. There's a lot of glimmer in that box, if I can get to it. I wait until a pilgrim approaches the box, then casually bump into him. He stumbles, upending the entire collection with a ringing clamor. I step forward to help the embarrassed man clean up his mess. Nobody notices what I slip into my pocket. A donation box. Seems like everything and everyone around here wants a donation. What are the chances the money even makes it off the island?
Oh, hey! Thank you for helping out at the gate earlier. I don't think I could have taken another rejection. My parents couldn't have taken another rejection. If there's anything I can do to repay you...
I know how. Benny Castellano, reporter for the Midtown Crier. We'd like an interview. What's your name, miss? Can you comment on the hullabaloo at the gate earlier?
My name is Ida. Just Ida. As for the hullabaloo, I was angry before. I shouldn't have been. Not with Pastor Zachary.
He wasn't going to let you in. Only you. You had every right to be angry.
It won't look that way. It's twice I didn't bring enough. I look like a careless bumpkin getting angry because I didn't check the prices before coming all this way.
Slow your roll, Miss Ida. Any Joe with eyes could see what was going on. You've been wronged.
I don't know. Maybe I just don't belong here.
It was like being clued in on an inside joke that everyone knew but us. Suddenly the glances, the empty space around Ida, the straight-laced backs, they all make sense.
I had a life in one of the vice districts. Maybe not much of one, but I made do. But when Annie spoke, it was like I'd been given a chance at a fresh start.
Even after all this, you still think pretty highly of Annie.
I do. Oh, I'm not starry-eyed, like some who believe she's a walking miracle. But she's still an inspiration. She's done so much good.
Inspiration, huh? She seems a little... intense, if you ask me.
I thought so too until I saw her work. When she pulls out her axe, you know she's doing it to make things right for those who can't.
What made you come back here a second time after being turned away? Most would have given up after the first go.
I had to. I mean, I wanted to first, but after being turned away last time, people were starting to talk. Mom and Pop couldn't go out anymore without some comment being made.
So, this was just some performance? Something to keep the bucketheads away?
No, not at all. I wanted to come here since it was built. I owe Annie everything. But if I'd been turned away a second time, what would that say about me?
I know a few things about not having a respectable job. The girl's an old rose with its petals pasted back on, and it breaks my heart just a little when she blooms a half-hearted smile.
Annie takes in a lot of sinners and gives them a new direction. Couriers out of rum runners, accountants from card sharps, or seamstresses out of seamstresses.
Oh, you mean you were one of those ladies who...
Ahem.
Yes, I was one of those ladies, but I'm not anymore. I just wish the others saw that.
Thanks for your time. Think that's plenty to work with.
Yep, we should come up with a story. Why we were talking to Ida. There's an official over there looks real interested, and Zachary's bound to clam up if they think we're digging for dirt.
What are you planning to do? I hope you're not going to hurt anyone.
We're just making sure Zachary can't hurt people. People like you. We just need to find a way to gain Zachary's trust.
Well, I think I could help in that case. I still have a few acting skills left over from the old days. I know I'm not much liked around here, so all you really need to do is make sure you agree.
Ida fills us in on her plan. We practice lines for a few minutes. She gives me a nod as an official wanders behind me, and I raise my voice in scandalized horror. You were what? And you came here? With all of us good people? I thought you were merely some woman down on her luck. Nada.
Look, I know I'm unworthy to be here, but I'm blessed to get a chance to reflect on my sins thanks to the good graces of Zachary Parish.
Follow Annie's humble beginnings, up through becoming protector of the people. Uh-huh. If the money from this place filters upward, she's the protector of her pocketbook, same as any baron. A large axe buried in the wooden gate. It hangs like a splinter from a crusty wound, a dramatic memory of Annie's victory over the island's previous baron.
You know, if there's one real thing here, it's that axe. Annie really knows how to leave a mark.
Her name was built on a single swing. That axe is a symbol to keep everyone in check. The Museum of Vice and Debauchery. Former brothel. Apparently had quite the clientele.
Every man is vulnerable? Aw, come off it. Who wants to pay money to see some lady dance?
It's not just... Never mind. You'll learn when you're old.
Out of my way!
I step to the side, letting the well-dressed uppers man pass. He's accompanied by a half-dozen other pilgrims, each of them carrying an unusual amount of luggage for a day trip. I can only guess at the contents as the group walks into the museum.
Now this looks like something.
I'm sorry. There is a private group currently touring. The museum is fully booked.
So, pilgrims aren't allowed inside?
You'd need to make a sizable donation. The museum is very historical, you know, and it needs expensive maintenance. All the vices within have been immaculately preserved.
About those private tours.
I'm sorry. Those tours are reserved for our most long-standing, well-respected members.
The official gives me a once-over, lingering on a billfold I fail to fully conceal in my pocket.
But of course, we do not wish to discourage new members from engaging in the most virtuous acts of Christian charity.
Excuse me, may I steal a moment of your time? Pastor Zachary has noticed the two of you hard at work to gather information for your article. He requests that you meet with him so that he might help contribute.
Thanks. We'll go see him. Pastor Zachary perches atop the deck hanging from the second floor of the old Baron's mansion, his talons rooted firmly in the wood. He'll see us coming the moment we head in his direction. From the humblest beginnings in her parents' clinic, Annie learned to serve the misfortunate. Whether you were poor, Aether, or sick from the wasting, you were worthy of compassion. When she returned years later, she made sure the clinic continued to operate to that purpose.
Looks like they got a bunch of pamphlets to serve the misfortunate.
Might be too late for me to live an upright life, but I'm still curious. The instructions are a mix of well-meaning advice mixed with scathing judgment. Beware those that come in sheep's clothing. Has your neighbor offered you an innocent drink? Perhaps fine clothing that would consume your honest paycheck. Shun such evil.
Not allowed any fine clothes? Wonder why no one has said anything to me. This here is genuine leather.
I go to laugh, but the curious face on the boy as he runs his fingers over his faux leather jacket sews my mouth shut tighter than the stitching on the poor kid's shoulder seams. A well-stocked nursery filled with flowers and bushes that haven't graced the lowers in decades. The plaque says that it represents the fruits of Annie's efforts to save the people of her parents' mission.
Hello? Would you like to buy a seedling? Take home a piece of Annie's Walk and have it grow alongside you.
I glance at a price tag. Plants like these are a luxury, but the price tags on display would make a baron spit their brandy. Awful expensive for a seedling, isn't it?
Oh, but these aren't just any seedlings. Annie grew them herself in her garden with her own hands. The price is only so high because we take every precaution to make sure they are undamaged and well cared for on the journey between her garden and our nursery.
So, these seedlings on the shelf, does Annie grow these all herself?
Yes, of course. This flower is exclusively grown in Gethsemane itself. You can tell by the leaves.
I scan the row of plants in the nursery. Despite what the official said, I spot the flower's twin poking up through a sheet of netting, ready for the next sucker who believes the official story. Let's see what you have for sale.
We value every pilgrim's progress.
Okay. Now I can sell this item.
Have a blessed day.
The Museum of Vice and Debauchery.
Like decorating a Say what you will about Annie, she made this corner of the city better when she shut this place down.
Maybe I have to spend this money for more information. Let's try.
I have a donation to provide. My significant contribution to Christian charity.
Yes. You will need to wait for the current group to finish, and we'll need to do a brief sweep to make sure that everything is in the right place.
We wait around a while. Finally, the group before us exits, their bags and cases all appearing considerably lighter. Once they've passed, Benny and I are allowed inside. The former brothel is like a seductive lace dress, cut at the hip to reveal enough to keep a John interested. The new tenants have done little to replace that feeling, but add placards warning against temptation. The illusion of morality wears off when we reach the back parlor. A hurried spritz of soap isn't enough to cover up the heavy smell of freshly poured whiskey in the air. Someone's cracked into the vice, and recently.
Looks like we got ourselves backdoor dealings on sacred grounds. Wonder what the public would think of that.
Well, I do live in a greenhouse, and I need to flash some cash. Maybe I can keep it alive.
God bless, and have a wonderful day.
Now let's meet Zachary.
The preacher's expecting us. Can't leave him hanging.
Sure we can. It'll just be a quick look around. Besides, if I get caught, the scared lost kid routine works most times. At least half the time.
Look, Benny, we can't miss the chance to question him. If we keep him waiting, he's going to get nervous. You want to look for evidence? Get looking. I'll go up and talk.
Aw, I had a big list of hard-hitting questions, but fine. You better keep him busy while I find the real scoop. I don't think you can keep him distracted forever, though. What should I focus on first?
I already know what's happening about this, but this needs some more investigation.
Nation's crusade is supposed to protect the weak. Someone knew the Blacktails were coming and left us to fend for ourselves. There's gotta be more to that story we're not seeing.
Yeah, I can picture the headline already. Seditious shepherds lead lambs to loss.
Sure. Keep workshopping it and I'll find you later. I wend my way up the staircase to a second-floor deck. Zachary shakes my hand, his palm rough and sharp like scales tapering to talons.
Such a pleasure to meet you. They call me Pastor Zachary, but you can just call me Zachary. Where's your little friend?
Giarendazzo. The kid got restless and needed to work out his extra energy. You know how they are.
Well, I can't say I could hold still much at his age. Come in, sit.
I sit in a chair across from the pastor. Despite the pleasantries, his eyes dart over me like a raptor eyeing a family of rabbits along the plain.
You and your compatriot are reporters, yes? How do you like what you've seen today?
It's impressive. Gives me a new appreciation of Annie and Nation's crusade.
Good. Our crusade has been attracting attention lately, and we want to let the world know who we are. If you want to know more about Annie's walk, who better to talk to than the man in charge?
Can't argue with that. Our readers want details they can't get anywhere else. The more exclusive, the better.
Ask away. You'll find me an open book.
I doubt it. He's only going to take my grilling for so long. I better choose my questions carefully if I want to pin him down. You hear about the ferry attack? The Blacktails said they were there on contract.
Yes, a tragedy. The problem with being a beacon of goodness is that you attract those with evil in their hearts. Jealous barons and raiders have been a growing problem, but we do our best to protect our flock.
Can't say I noticed. Sure, your officials tried to keep everyone calm, but I didn't see any armed guards. Nobody fought when the Blacktails opened fire.
I'm quite sorry to hear that, but we can't plan for every possibility. Occasionally, an unexpected tragedy occurs. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive our failings.
Unexpected? Your staff didn't seem very surprised by the Blacktails.
Are you saying Annie's Walk planned the bombing of our own people, Miss Randazzo?
No, but the Blacktails seemed to know we'd be unguarded, and referred to us as sacrificial lambs. How did they know?
The Blacktails are mercenaries sent by a jealous baron. They want nothing more than to shake our faith. They'd say anything to do so, so don't put that in your article.
The pilgrimage seems like it needs a lot of upkeep. We got asked for donations both on entry to the ferry, on entry to the site, and then just about everywhere else once we were inside.
I am unashamed to admit we are but humble beggars. It costs a great deal to preserve this historical site and take care of our pilgrims.
The Vice Museum. Outside's free, inside is private tours only.
Ah, yes, that is regrettable. But preservation demands that we limit the number of visitors. Besides, we must protect the artifacts inside against those who see opportunity rather than a warning.
I walked through earlier, happened to clock the distinct smell of freshly poured booze. Someone didn't manage to hide the evidence before I walked in.
Thank you. We'll look into it. Break-ins do occur on occasion. We can't stop everyone.
I doubt it. I saw everyone going in and out, and there was nobody there but private tour groups.
I'm sorry, miss, but there must be a misunderstanding. It happens to the best of us once in a while. Why, I once thought I heard Annie curse. Can you imagine?
Lots of out-of-towners taking the pilgrimage. I'm guessing a third or more from outside Nation's Crusade?
Oh, it was a pleasant surprise to me as well. You see, back when this all started, it was just only our people making the journey. Annie's faithful, who wanted to feel closer to her. But what we gave to this dark city is hope. And hope, Gia, does not stay within borders. We inspire so many to live better lives, to rise up. We cannot close our gates to anyone who seeks Christ.
Does anyone include Ida?
You seem to be willfully misunderstanding that situation. Ida would have been welcomed without qualms if she'd followed the rules and brought the proper entry fee.
Ida seems to believe in Annie and the message of Nation's Crusade. The type of person you should want if you're looking to spread that message.
Some live a life of sin and vice, and then believe that grace is simply handed to them, while the rest of us are faithful our entire lives. That woman believes that she is owed a place here. She is not.
I opened my mouth to ask another question, but Zachary cuts me off.
I believe we are out of time for questions.
Pastor Zachary looks ready to fly, awareness creeping into his eyes that I have him cornered. He knows I didn't come here looking for a friendly chat.
You came a long way from home, didn't you? For information? Or something more sinister?
The only sinister thing around here is the leadership, so far as I can tell. Seems like time for a change.
Miss Randazzo, who do you think my people will believe if I begin shouting for help? We may be friendly here, but Annie's axe is a reminder that we... What's that noise?
Both of us look down at the plaza below. Benny stands on a soapbox, his voice carrying over the crowd as he flashes sheets of paper at passers-by like he's holding the latest issue of the Crier.
Midtown Crier breaking news. Annie's Walk pilgrimage ignores cries for help. Midtown Crier's top reporter just acquired papers from the office of Zachary Parrish. Parrish received reports of Blacktail's raids and ignored dire warnings. Pushback from staff met with dismissal and orders to work around it. Priority given to the fat cats and their wallets. Exclusive scoop headlining our next paper.
It feels like winter's come early to Annie's Walk. Countless eyes slowly turn to acknowledge Zachary, perched on the deck for all to see.
I don't... What are you... Call off your brat!
Won't make a difference now. Word's out. Good luck, Pastor. I casually descend the stairs, slipping by the confused and stricken pilgrims staring up the hill. Benny grins and joins me as we step back onto the ferry.
Aida.
Let's see what you have for sale.
Welcome, traveler. Make sure to check out the gift shop and the nursery.
And before I visit this place, let's reduce our heat in this safe house.
I pull up to the next intersection and come upon an old-fashioned roadblock. A brute force crackdown is pretty uncharacteristic here in Nation's Crusade, so the pressure must really be mounting. It's probably the work of an overzealous buckethead desperate to keep civil unrest from spilling over and rousing the ire of the Baron. I let the car idle up to the barricade, confident I can sleaze my way past these tin soldiers. What seems to be the problem?
We have reports of pilgrims trafficking in Vice. Our wise Baron has commanded that all visitors to our holy places must be searched for contraband this night.
Okay, I don't have any contraband now.
That hardly seems charitable. We come here to turn the page on our old lives, and you greet us with suspicion? Why? Because one of us might have a moment of weakness? Don't tell me you've never strayed from the path. Aren't you supposed to tend to the plank in your own eye before you go looking for the splinter in someone else's? The buckethead frowns. Clearly, my words stung him. It seems likely he's not happy about how his boss is handling things.
We've all strayed, sister. I'll not judge your journey along the path. Not tonight, anyway. Stay strong and keep moving.
It's not much to look at, but when holing up in a place surrounded by allies who have already faced the worst this neighborhood has to offer, the sense of being hunted feels distant. That's more important than all the creature comforts of a swank high-rise. They say a good outlaw can sleep anywhere, and I've put that notion to the test over the years. It's a relief to know your friends have your back while you wait for things to cool off. A few minutes of idle searching reveals something wedged against the wall, behind a corner table. I circle bleachers and overgrown fields like a bee, until I'm drawn to a flower made of colorful paper. The ground around it's ringed by footprints. The group was here recently. I'm halfway back to the car when someone calls me out.
Excuse me? Are you lost, miss?
Yeah, I was looking for something. Must have been somewhere else. The woman's eyes glide from me to my latest search site. I keep my face calm as I unlock the car, but I turn the key fast as she follows my coattails.
Are you looking for the recreational jump group?
Sweat pours off her brow, eyes twitching like a bug expecting a newspaper. Fortunately for the both of us, she'd said exactly what I needed to hear.
This is a male voice, I think.
B? Know where I can find them?
Grayson's having it over at the garage. Better hop to it.
Now I have garage access, I think.
I'm rolling slowly through a stop sign when the world seems to shiver. The Aether Road suddenly lifts, colliding with my front right fender, and in my peripheral vision, I watch a rotted house bend at the waist. I am a marionette to some immense force, the strings pulling on my entire body at once. What the? In the sky, I see the well pulse. In a flash, the colors grow more vivid, while the outline expands against the blue sky. A forgotten island near the rift cracks like an egg, drifting into the well's depths to vanish. I need to get back to the hole, and now. Nellie needs to hear about this. There's no time to lose.
Calm down, Eleanor. What do I always say?
A panicked researcher finds only the worst outcomes. But I need to do something, Professor. Would you wait and see if a hurricane were about to break all your windows?
Nellie turns to me as I approach, her face a twitching mess of conflicting emotions. Alistair maintains a detached air, his face unreadable.
It's the well. Daisy picked up a spike in etheric activity. It's escalating, Gia. Really, really fast.
Yeah, I know. I just watched it tear apart an island. I came here to tell you.
I have an idea. But with how fast it's growing, the room for error is high. Don't you see, Professor? This is exactly why I have to do something.
Nation's Crusade has a gravity shield. The islands should be fine, right?
The towers won't hold forever. As the gravitational pull of the well increases, they're getting less effective. And once the pull is strong enough, they'll tear the barony apart.
Even once you've accepted a terrible reality as it is, sometimes it's hard to believe. The well's been a static, if terrifying part of the lowers for as long as I can remember. And that's about to change. How long until that happens?
Soon.
I've never seen the two of you argue like this. Maybe you need some air.
We weren't arguing. I was just explaining my point to the professor.
It was merely a disagreement, Gia. We're academics. Our field is based on spirited discussion. As Eleanor hasn't started swinging fists at me, we're still in the realm of civility.
Professor Gardner, this is no time to joke.
I'll take this seriously when you do, my dear.
Something? What exactly is this something you need to do?
The well's growing fast. Annie still won't negotiate. So, maybe it's time to act.
We're doing everything we can. Annie will have to come to the table soon.
Gia, Daisy is already mounted onto the truck. We don't need to worry about Annie. We can go right now and activate her in range. It will just have to be a little closer than I had planned.
Nellie, we talked about this. One wrong move at the well and you'll be torn apart before you get a chance to blink. You've seen what it can do to an island, and you're no island.
I agree. But if Eleanor's heart is set on this, the least we can do is ensure she is adequately supported. I know Daisy, and I can drive better than most in Olympus Park. I'll make sure she comes back safely.
Thank you, Professor. Let's go.
Wait a damn minute. Nellie, you run off half-cocked and you're going to wind up vaporized. I can't let you do this when we're so close with Annie. Nellie's face is a hot iron, glowing red from the coals of her fears and desperation colliding. A deep breath cools the fires before she speaks.
You're right. We're not ready. I'll try to think of another plan.
Now, hold on. Eleanor is right to be concerned. The well is a phenomenon poorly understood. She may not have enough information for a reliable predictive model. Thus, I believe she may be right. If we neglect to act now, it may be too late to act later.
Professor, I admit I don't know all the science involved in what Nellie's doing. But I know danger, and Nellie knows to trust me when lives are on the line. A vein in his temple beats a steady rhythm in the quiet lab, though his face keeps an affable calm.
I am sure that Eleanor can make her own choices. If she says she's ready, then she's ready. Come along, my dear. Let's prepare the truck.
No. Gia is right. We need more time.
His jaw moves through several less than academic epithets before returning to neutral.
Very well.
All right. So we're clear? We stick to the plan. I keep helping the underground to force Annie to the table, and you keep an eye on the well while you work on improving Daisy.
Agreed. I've been panicking in part because, well, I'm behind schedule on a number of features. Maybe this is the push I needed.
Which features are you behind on?
Well, the first several tests came very close to explosive decompression, but I think I have that solved. The biggest problem now that that's solved is shielding to protect us from radiant efflux while the machine is running. It's going to take some time to solve, between design and production.
I'm going to get ready for the next mission. It might be the last before Annie comes around.
Be careful out there, Gia. How can I help? Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Hey, Gia.
So, how'd things go with Nellie?
I thought about what you and Sam said and just talked to her. Hot dog, Gia. She's really something else. We spent a whole afternoon chit-chatting before I remembered what I wanted to ask her.
And? What did she say?
She told me I'm a great guy. Even told me to ask her again when I'm older. If you hear something juicy, let me know.
Need something? You know where to find me.
Giovanna. Until next time.
Look what the cat dragged in. See ya.
Holding up all right? All right, bye.
Ah, you're back. Arrivederci, darling.
I didn't realize you made house calls.
Yes. Hand me that socket wrench, will you?
Wow. How did you ever afford all of these swell tools?
I paid for them. Some with money, some with favors. Now, the socket wrench?
Did you make that arm?
No.
How did you lose your arm?
Choking a cub reporter who asked too many questions and wouldn't hand me a socket wrench.
Do you know which paper they wrote for?
Yes. Take care.
Yes, darling? See you soon, darling.
Yes? Come back soon.
Hello.
Things got a bit heated in the lab. No hard feelings, Gardner.
Not at all. In fact, I should thank you.
Thank me? For what?
Why, for keeping a level head. I tried to remain calm, but even I get tunnel vision. And when you said an island had been torn apart, I leapt to the worst outcome. Exactly what I'd warned Eleanor against.
Look, I get it. The two of you have your heads deep in calculating worst-case scenarios. But there's no point getting yourselves killed when we're this close to getting those amplifiers.
You're absolutely correct. We only have to wait a little longer. Goodbye for now.
Miss Randazzo. Clear skies to you.
Giovanna. Just got a new shipment in. Do widzenia.
Hey there. Both hands on the wheel, yeah?
Clear skies to...
Look what the cat dragged in. Drive safe.
Miss, thank you.
Back so soon. So long.
I think I can buy a new car here.
Just ahead, the sounds of chaos emanate from a group of buckethead cars surrounding a protest group. The bucketheads are busy arresting a token number of participants for their civil disobedience. Right now, the crowd is dispersing slowly, but one wrong move could set the whole place off. I scan the crowd, looking for any sign that things might go sideways. Everything looks normal at first, but I eventually notice one man in particular who catches my eye. His coat has been treated with a fresh coat of dirt, but it's a little too tailored for something worn by your average pilgrim. He's clearly more interested in agitating the crowd than calming things down. His ramrod straight posture and concealed weapon spoiling the line of his coat clinch it. This guy is a Blacktail's mercenary, hired to stir up trouble. Putting Annie on the warpath might just flush us out. The Crusaders do their best to cuff up their chosen malcontents, but the crowd keeps inching closer despite their warnings. Suddenly, there is the glint of something shiny in the air, and the sound of broken glass. Suddenly, something sails through the air, followed by the sound of breaking glass. I push my way to the front and find one of the bucketheads on the ground, hands cradling his bleeding scalp. The mob goes silent as his companions draw their truncheons and form a line, surrounding the crowd. I dash back to the car as the advance begins. Things are getting hot. I have to keep my head down if I want to slip through Annie's fingers.
Hey, over here!
I spot Benny waving to me from the shade. Between the drawn shutters, the barren front lot, and the sign flipped to closed, the garage was a lonely shack, a blemish on the side of the road to somewhere. Walking up tells a different story. The ground rhythmically pounds beneath my feet while the shutters bleed clandestine murmurs.
Holy smokes! You hear that? This is it! The floating dance hall!
Yeah, I hear. Now, let's figure out how we're getting inside without spooking them off. A yawning vent rests above the peeling mailbox. I do my best impression of a cat and clamber up, curling my claws into the edge of the vent to pull myself up for a listen. Faint echoes drift through the steel tunnel. Steps bounce along to the tune of a bright trumpet over hoots, hollers, and the occasional cheered name, Grayson. In my line of work, a stranger coming in through the fronts usually calls for a rain of bullets or a stampede for the back door. Might have better luck coming in sideways. The side window slides open easy, as freshly oiled as a hinged door. The satisfied sigh that leaves my lips turns into alarm when I hear the snick of wires and the clatter of cans.
Hey, Gia! It's gone quiet over here.
The door slams open to two yelps, Benny and a man in a suit. The man in the suit recovers first, waving a placating hand.
You should leave. If you're here for the cash, they don't keep the cash box on site and the owner's out, so if you don't break anything, no one needs to know you were here.
Easy, pal. We're not here to rob the joint.
You're not? Then why were you coming in through the window?
Place is closed, but we thought we heard something. Wanted to check it out.
Yeah, it was me. I'm inspecting the building. I must have been making more noise than I thought.
Inspection, huh? Place don't look so bad to me. In fact, up close, I'd say it looks to be of a respectable quality.
It's all on the inside. There are termites, rats, all kinds of unpleasant stuff. But don't be alarmed. We're doing a deep clean to get the garage back in order.
You listen to music while you work? Maybe trumpet?
What? No. Why would there be a trumpet out here? This isn't any ruby hair or glass cage. And even if it were, there certainly wouldn't be any of that vulgarity going on.
Too bad. Whatever I heard could have given the house band at the glass cage a run for their money. Might have even had a gig for them.
You do?
Look, cards on the table. You're Grayson, right? The Joe running the floating dance hall?
Yeah, I am. Nice to meet you too. And you are?
Gia Rendazzo. And this is Benny. Group we're with wants to hire you for a party.
Oh, sure. But how many people you got coming? I got something planned in the tunnels next week. We can get another 5 or so, if they're hip enough to party with Aether Iron.
Looking for something a lot bigger. Need a community-wide shindig. Something to remind folks around here what it was like to let their hair down. The sooner, the better. Grayson looks at me like I'm talking about moving the moon. He brings himself back to the comfort of Earth with a cough.
Wow, dang, that's a lot to drop on a fella.
Can't do it?
No, it's not that I don't know how, but there are reasons we're partying it up in the middle of nowhere. Nation's Crusade has a ban on any frivolous and morally suspect music.
The sky's the limit. Whatever you need, these people will get it. Hell, we'll even throw in an article in the paper after it's over.
That's right. This is front page stuff. Dancing their way to freedom. The floating dance hall hosts night of celebration in Nation's Crusade.
Oh, that sounds good.
With every word, every assurance, Grayson's eyes brighten. Seeming distant possibilities move into focus. Suddenly, moving the moon doesn't seem impossible.
Well, shoot. Why not? Let's do it. Let's throw NC the biggest bash in memory. I gotta finish up here, but meet me at the records building in Meadowlark. Head for the lower door during after hours.
Okay. I can buy new cars here, but I don't have money. And I had to change my sedan in Dreamland. So these end game equipments. Okay, let's leave now. I don't have enough money.
Gia, over here.
We look for the drab spot of color against a set of concrete steps and a double set of ornate doors. A film of grime says no one's been down here for months. Need help getting it open?
I got it, I think. My key should still work.
The door clicks open to a long, dark box. It's like breathing in a decades-sealed cabinet. Dust and stale air rush my nose, filling it with aged paper and cardboard.
Ow!
Oh, Jesus. Gia, could you get the lights? Wall to your right.
A cloud of dust wafts through what little space is left between several towers of boxes. Grayson skips around the mess.
Welcome to the Swan. What'd you think?
Hot dog! Get a look at the size of this place. You fit a stadium's worth of Metro Maniacs fans in here.
Yeah, but it's going to be a fixer-upper. Think we can get it ready in time?
Hey, you wanted to remind people of how things used to be? The Swan once was the go-to place for a good time, whether you were a first-timer or a champion dancer.
My eyes rove the hall. For every box and stapler I find, I see pieces of its former glory in chandeliers and brass ornaments. It's not often you uncover spots like this in the lowers. What's the story behind this place?
You're looking at the oldest dance academy this side of the lowers. It was opened 3 barons back by a generous old lady with a fondness for romance and a hatred of crass, smoky nightclubs. She left it to the community when she passed, and we took darn good care of it. We used to alternate between teaching, casual, and competitive dance nights.
You seem pretty familiar with the place. Didn't just have a key, You knew where the light switch was in the dark.
Yeah, I, forgot to give the key back when the hall closed. After what happened, I didn't think they'd mind if I kept a souvenir. I used to be one of their regulars. Mostly provided the music, but some nights I'd come down here just to sit. Me and others used to spend whole nights chatting it up under these chandeliers.
All right. Where do we get started?
It's been some time since I was down here. How about you take a looky-loo? See if you can find the hall's dance sheets and record player. Oh, and we'll need to see if the bar's still hooked up.
Musty sheets, cracked light bulbs, cobwebs in all corners. Hope Grayson's got a ladder. I give the boxes a rifle through and give up at the fourth. Whatever the Swan might have been before, Nation's Crusade buried it with enough staplers and lined paper to supply a skyscraper. Among inventory papers and broken glass, my eyes drawn to several footprints dotting a scrap of something. My shoe taps the pattern out to an invisible partner. Back, right, up, right. These are dance sheets, right? Where do you want them?
Table's good. I'll organize them later.
While I ankle around a jungle of knickknacks, Benny's got Grayson's ear in an interview between juggling light bulbs.
So, Mr. Grayson, the Cryers readers want to know. Who are you exactly? How's a suit go from pushing pencils to throwing clandestine shindigs?
You aren't gonna publish my name, are you?
Nah, I'll give you a whatchamacallit, a pseudonym. Gotta protect my sources. We can call you something mysterious, like Mr. X.
Mr. X, huh? Well, okay then. As for the question, I've actually always had a relationship with pushing pencils. Being a musician usually means doing something to pay the bills between gigs.
Oh yeah, you was blowing that horn at the garage.
Yeah, that was me. I mostly played in the Swan's house band, but I toured around when I had the scratch.
Hang on. The Cooper Club's Battle of the Bands, right? You were one of the acts.
Oh gosh, yes. I might not have been Silverfoot James or Kid Holiday, but I like to think I put on a good show back there.
An off-color corner pokes out of the boxes, like a hand breaking through the rubble of a collapsed building, pleading for help. It takes several minutes to dig out a stage, a record player, and a trombone and its case. Found the record player!
Thank goodness. Yeah. That, takes care of...
Grayson's chipper mood fades, swallowed by some dark cloud cast by the stage.
I guess he never came back for it.
The who and the what?
My ex-partner. I mean, old bandmate. We used to go everywhere together. My trumpet and his trombone, too. The Swan, the streets, the rooming house. Anywhere we could play.
Used to?
We had a disagreement. But it's fine. We still talk. Well, once in a while.
Between the shuffling of boxes, the soft chatter of voices, and the scritch of Benny's pencil, the air starts to feel lighter. I heard you at the garage. You sound plenty talented. So why stick around Nation's Crusade?
Well, I tried auditioning around after the band. Briefly landed a gig on another island, but Annie's followers started spreading the word there too, so it wasn't long before I was looking for work again. And once the money ran out and the callback stopped, I was stuck.
The pencil stops.
That ain't fair.
Yeah, you're right, but I look at it this way. We've all got to eat somehow, and if I keep eating, I'll keep finding chances to keep playing.
The bar's a dumping ground. Counter struggling under a hill of boxes and a ring of files and spare mugs. I squeeze my hand under the counter and flip the switch. The fridge hums awake. Bar's got power.
Terrific. Gia, can we borrow you?
They've got a corner mostly excavated, except for a stack of steel folding chairs. 3 trips later, we uncover a patch of wood and a fleeing spider. It runs off behind a large pile of clutter. Going to take a lot of elbow grease to make this place presentable. We'd better get enough people to make it worth it.
Trust me, despite all the finger-wagging around impropriety and wild behavior, there are still plenty of people who want to dance. All they need is somewhere to do it.
Oh, I see how it is. It's like they say, nothing draws a crowd like a crowd.
Exactly. You think I started with a garage full of people? It started as friends, then neighbors, then friends of neighbors, then people I'd never met, all who just wanted to hear the music again.
Maybe it's the sparkle in his eyes as he says it, or the unshakable belief behind his words. But I almost believe it. Anyway, how's it look?
It's the same swan I fell in love with. Or she will be once we get these stink boxes out of the way and start gussying her up. Oh gosh, I got so much to do.
Then we're better off splitting the work. Aside from the venue, what's left?
Usually I'd be sending out the invite. I stash location, time, specifics in different spots. That lets the regulars know who to bring and where to keep the bucketheads away from.
No problem. Just tell me where to deliver and I'll get the word out.
Okay, sure. That leaves stocking supplies. Gia, I hate to ask, but...
That depends. What am I grabbing? Grayson taps his thoughts out on his chin like he's checking against items on a list. One has him frowning, briefly but deeply.
Booze, music, and cosmetics. Whatever you can get. I was already planning a run for next week's party, but we'll need it sooner. Fortunately, you can grab it all in one place.
Last I checked, even bootleggers avoided Nation's Crusade. No one wants to risk getting caught holding moonshine by a buckethead.
It's around, if you know where to look. Officials hoard it for their rallies, usually get a fresh stock whenever they raid speakeasies or get a new island. If you're lucky, you can sneak off with some.
And if I can't?
We won't be completely dry. I have a regular attendee who brings homemade grape juice. It'll keep the taps flowing for a little while, just not the night. Or half the night.
You're a musician. You and that record player aren't enough entertainment?
Yeah, I mean, sure. It'll do in a pinch. But the Swan's records haven't been updated in years. People aren't going to show for something they've heard 100 times. I was thinking...
Grayson drops his gaze to his feet, rubbing his hands across his cheeks as though to ease the words out.
I was thinking we're reopening the Swan. People will feel nostalgic. It might be nice to do a reunion gig with me and Freddie. The Swan's best brass players, back for one night only.
Still not seeing where you need my help. He's your bandmate. What's stopping you from asking him?
Freddie won't talk shop with me. Stopped after Annie made clear the music band was here to stay. Won't even talk about tunes or auditions, let alone any floating dance halls.
But he'll talk to me? A total stranger? For a moment, the man looks like he wants to take back his request and bury it away in the pockets of his drab suit. But hope's a powerful thing.
Freddie looks like some no-nonsense, gloomy guy. But he's not. He's the most passionate musician I've ever met. Keep things polite and respectful, and he'll hear you out. Tell him I want to talk. That's all.
Cosmetics?
Yeah. The Swan used to give guests a Cinderella treatment. Helped them feel good about themselves. There are folks who haven't seen a tube of lipstick or a jar of hair oil in years.
Huh. Yeah. Now that you mention it, I've been seeing less painted ladies around.
What's got Nation's Crusade hung up on cosmetics?
Oh, they're, signs of loose morals that encourage dangerous intermingling. Same way bright clothing or scents tempt you into pride and vanity.
Uh-huh. Sounds like I won't find any at the local beauty shop then.
Oh gosh, no. None of those left either. But I hired a smuggler to bring some in. I was gonna meet him for the pickup later. It's by an iron gate. Tell him Grayson sent you, and that the invite's still good.
All right. Sounds doable. Where am I heading?
The Temperance Rally. Annie runs it at least once a month, brings everyone together. You bring what you have to purge, and you destroy it with the help of your neighbors. The most devout always show up. And Freddy.
The musician swallows down a lump. I don't know what makes him more queasy. The event itself or his dear pal giving up the horn for an axe. Charming. The booze and your bandmate I get. But why would you arrange a pickup in the middle of a mob?
It felt like the easiest place to hide an outsider, you know? Like a tree in a forest. Nothing unusual about visitors who want to see what upstanding living looks like.
I'll look into it. You just focus on the venue.
Break a leg. And try to grab as much as you can. The more we get, the better the party.
Brighter than the fires of hell, and hotter than the sun, a chorus of righteous axes rain down on items judged guilty. Rivers of liquor seep into the ground while metal, wood, and paper feed the pyres. I duck behind the crowd of manic avengers while Baron Annie the Axe takes to the field.
We shall cut down their idols, destroy their sacred pillars, burn their altars. As Paul said, give no opportunity to the devil.
She goes to a woman struggling under the weight of crates of bottles. Together, they cast it over the edge to the applause of an adoring crowd.
Drinking, gambling, vanity, pleasures of the flesh. But we do not gratify these earthly desires. Instead, we walk by the Spirit of the Lord.
The answering shouts make the island quake like it's Judgment Day. It only comes to an abrupt lull when Annie steps down from her perch to hold out her hand to a downcast man.
These books were my late wife's. She was a good woman. Never meant any harm, but the content is, I know. But these were hers.
What does Paul say? That the devil and his machinations will come in sheep's clothing. All of us can be deceived, brother. Your wife meant no harm, but she carried on with evil, just as my parents did. You can make that right.
Her words are the push he needs. He sobs and lets his wife's books fall, cremated by the flames to a choir of soothing neighbors. I tightly thumb Zio's hat.
I love a happy ending, don't you?
I jump out of my skin. The twisted melodrama must have thrown me off. because I hadn't seen the crone or her basket of goodies until she was at my shoulder.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Lamb Chop. I didn't mean to frighten you. I would have said hello earlier, but you look completely taken with our Annie.
Yeah, she's a real inspiration. Hard to take your eyes off her.
Well, look at you. You're a fresh daisy in the flower patch, and you're already sucking things in like it's water.
Wait a sec. How do you know I'm new?
Why, it's my job. I'm one of the event organizers, or as I like to call it, the door lady. When I see a new face, I can't help but make them feel welcome. Here, for you.
She catches my hand. Years of social niceties and smuggler instincts prevent me from yanking it away before she palms me a set of dice. Didn't think Nation's Crusade approved of gambling.
No, these are the cast out Lamb Chop. I keep them on hand to help warm folks up. Small and easy. Toss them and you're done.
She watches me with as much anticipation as the witch waiting for Gretel to take a bite.
This is a test.
When in Nation's Crusade, I tell myself. I roll them between my fingers and throw them over the edge.
Would you look at that? Clean to the burrows. We'll make a destroyer of vice out of you yet. But take hope, for even our Christ was tempted. Stay vigilant, brothers and sisters.
Bodies disperse as Annie charges forward, rallying her followers to other battlements. I slowly exhale and use the shift in the crowd to make my escape. Thanks for the welcome, ma'am. Think I'll go mingle.
Call me Bethany. I'd love to introduce you around, but someone's got to mind the exit. You'll be all right on your own?
I'll figure something out.
That's the spirit. Have a lovely time. But don't slack off, We're here to destroy sin. Cookies are only for those who do their part.
The older woman totters off, but a sickly sensation lingers. Maybe she's nosy, but she casually glances my way once in a while. Better hope she gets over a mother henning fast. Look for the iron gate, Grayson had said. I casually lean against it, but 5 minutes pass and the only thing that joins me is falling ash. A small scrap of cloth tucked into a nearby fence waves at me. Yellow for attention, a smuggler's message. I tug it out, along with a note hidden in a matchbox. The message is curt. Too hot, meet at the bend on the closed road. My heart kicks through my ribs at the handwriting. I knew it from scribbled work orders and personal notes slipped in my pockets. Part of me wants to tell Grayson his pickup was a wash, but I've still got a job to do, even if it means meeting with needles. The truck on the side is loaded, but strangely untouched. I find the cause in a letter stuck on the dash. They detail orders to move overstock to storage, stamped with Nation's Crusade seal. It hits me. I could walk out of here with barrels of booze if I had one of those letters, but Bethany's gaze is like a hovering wooden spoon. I grudgingly decide to circle back later. Crackle of white-hot embers and the smell of pulp, plastic and fabrics have me breathing shallow. I turn my head upwind and notice the curve of a still pristine record. A spidery itch crawls down my spine. Looks like my nosy greeter's still watching. Under the popping of flames and the dying twang of someone smashing a guitar, I slip the record between my coat and shirt. If the party doesn't love it, Cress will. Fat wooden bodies spill their heady contents into a nearby drain. A barrel or two would be a hit at the party, if I can find more than women-sized pockets to smuggle them out. A spidery itch crawls down my spine. Looks like my nosy greeter's still watching. Bells shrilly scream under a beating of axes. Nation's Crusade must have raided a casino, because there are enough slot machines to fill a wing of pandemonium. Some still jingle with coins between hits. A spidery itch crawls down my spine. Looks like my nosy greeter's still watching. I kneel over the hill of battered metal corpses and jam my boot knife between the loose plating. A few wriggles later, it pops loose, releasing its bounty to my waiting pocket. Whatever you think of paupers, they all share a similar story. Shadowy, glow-eyed specters at the Undercity gates. This one standing around topside like an alligator sunbathing in a fountain.
What are you staring at?
Sorry, caught me off guard. Never seen a pauper out in the open.
New to Nation's Crusade, eh? So long as you don't shriek over some rats scurrying around, we won't have any problems.
Not worried about terriers? The headlights behind his goggles take on an intensely gleeful glow.
Yeah, the Baron gave him a talking to. Our contracts state they can't stop us from joining service, or the destruction of evil when we see it.
But you don't seem to be in a hurry to grab an axe or kindling.
My part comes later. I'll be here all night, sister, cleaning up after the topsiders have had their fun. Otherwise, they let moonshine flood the tunnels and block our doors with their barrels.
You folks look like you've got a decent relationship with Annie.
Yeah, well, it's all right. Best we've ever had with the Baron. Only one to include Aetherians when they preach human decency.
So you're a fan. It's almost impossible to see past the thick lens. But I almost see the crease of a brow and the upward flick of his gaze.
I don't think she's all that. But her way means I get the sky.
Hypothetically, if someone wanted to take some of those barrels off your hands, how much would it cost?
Hypothetically, make me an offer.
Cress, what do you think?
I think Vince here is giving you a hard time. He wants to see what a topsider is willing to give to a rat.
Cress?
She's with me, Vince. She's all right. For someone who doesn't know when to stop poking her nose around.
Maybe she is, but I'll still need something.
Yeah? How about paying off that engine I got you? You think I've forgotten who called me up in the middle of the night to track one down? And who got it to you? No questions asked. Or how about...
Fine. Point taken. I'll leave them near your car.
Amidst the shouting and raucous fervor, I hear the steady chop of an axe. The man behind it wields it with the air of a cloud on a funeral day, preparing tinder for the pyres. Freddy?
Yes? Can I help you, Miss?
Gia Randazzo. I'm a mutual friend of Grayson's.
Are you here on his behalf?
Is there a problem if I am? The former musician snorts, giving me a knowing half-smile dyed in melancholy.
No offense, but I'll have to decline. Grayson didn't come himself, which means he wants you to ask me something he knows I'll say no to.
Another barrel slate breaks. He throws them into a pile and starts on another.
I'm not looking for trouble, Miss Randazzo. It's my day off.
Hell of a way to be spending your day off. Don't got any hobbies to catch up on?
Fresh air, social time, exercise. I don't need much else.
You sure about that? Because from where I'm standing, you look like you'd rather be anywhere else. The axe comes down with pitch-perfect precision, but there's not a drop of satisfaction behind those eyes.
Doesn't matter what I want, it's responsibility. I already promised Mrs. Bethany I'd replenish the wood.
You that worried about a conversation?
By smooth talk and flattery, they deceive the minds of naive people. You give them a minute and you find yourself playing up plants in a greenhouse because someone said please.
Grayson's that persuasive, huh? He answers by chopping wood chips into splinters.
How is he?
Looked fine, last I checked.
Good.
Need a hand? Freddy looks at me like he's expecting it to turn into a punchline. Finding none, he places an axe in my outstretched hand and shows me what to do.
Hold it like this. Pieces go here. Leave anything from that pile alone.
For a while, all that's spoken is the rhythm of fatal instruments. It isn't long before I notice a pattern. He only ever grabs what's already broken. Carved barrels, ripped blouses, and half-burned books.
What's Grayson want?
I think about saying he can ask Grayson himself, but one look at the grim line of his face tells me he's not budging without something solid. In low tones, I show him my hand. An opportunity. Grayson's organizing something from the good old days. One night only. He wanted to know if you'd be up for a reunion. He closes his eyes, breathes slow, and, just as slowly, puts the axe to the side.
Gia, was it? I'm going to assume you're trying to help, but you're not. You're enabling him.
So what? You think you should give up? Like you?
Yes. Grayson's chasing something that isn't coming back. We took our shot and we failed. We're stuck now, so we might as well make something out of it. He'd rather get himself hurt. He'll get caught, or he'll wake up and realize it's been for nothing. I won't be a part of that.
So you've really moved on from it all? Your old job, the Swan, your partnership?
Yes.
You sure as hell don't act like it.
Sorry?
Think about it. I watched you chop up a lot of firewood. Never once did you grab something that wasn't already broken. Didn't grab any of those broken guitars or records either. You couldn't stop yourself from lighting up when you heard how Grayson was doing either. I couldn't imagine feeling that way about a distant pal. You can't expect me to believe you're not even a little interested. The former musician goes still, eyes wide like he's missed a note. A beat later, he exhales a long, heavy breath.
I need to clear my head. If you see Grayson first, tell him I'll think about it.
And there will be some way to remove this Bethany.
Leaving so soon?
You sound like you run a lot of these events.
At least once a month. Honestly, I thought we'd wind down once Annie made it a regular affair, but the Lores is a very bad place. There's no shortage of wicked things to be rid of, try as we do. Mind you, I've been a card-carrying member of the Ribbon Temperance Brigade long before Annie came along. I signed up in honor of my late husband.
Was he a pious sort too?
No, he was a drunk. The only sinful thing he ever removed from this world was when he drank himself into the devil's care.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't be. The man had a mean temper when he had a drink in him. You can say good riddance and leave it at that.
The truck on the side is loaded, but strangely untouched. I find the cause in a letter stuck on the dash. They detail orders to move overstock to storage, stamped with nations. It hits me. I could walk out of here with barrels of booze if I had one of those letters. But Bethany's gaze is like a hovering wooden spoon. I grudgingly decide to circle back later.
Sorry.
Hello, Lamb Chop. Leaving so soon?
Yeah, time I head out.
Of course. Thank you so much for stopping by. Before you go, I have something to say. Dearie, when Annie calls to you to destroy evil, you act. No buts, no coy blushes. You do as you're told.
Sorry, Bethany. Must have misheard you over the noise. The witch hasn't finished with me yet, though. She leans close to pat my forearm, like she's measuring me for the oven.
I wanted to talk to you alone. Didn't want someone jumping to conclusions. But I saw you getting handsy with the offerings earlier.
My hairs stand up, already priming for flight. I force myself to stay calm and keep mum.
Now, simply being near sin isn't a crime, or we'd all be destined for the lake of fire. But if you did do something shameful, now's the time to confess.
You got me. I almost pocketed something, but I couldn't go through with it. I felt like Annie was there, reminding me how the devil comes disguised as human desire.
Oh, my dear. Well, I can't say I'm not disappointed, but I'm glad you took Annie's lessons to heart before you made a mistake. You can start making up for it with redoubling your efforts to purge the sin from both the city and yourself. If you need a place to volunteer, I can find somewhere to get you settled.
The fields of white-hot judgment fade in my mirror. I breathe deep the cool air and thumb the wheel as I go over Grayson's list. I got music and booze covered. All that's left is the cosmetic pickup. I round the bend and feel the world tilt. If I hadn't already seen his writing, I would have known Needles from the shape of his silhouette and the scent of his favorite cigarettes.
Who the hell? Diamo.
What's the matter, Needles? Acting like you're seeing ghosts?
Yeah, my name's the Ghost of Screw-Up's Past. What are you doing here? No way you're out here for a friendly chat.
I'm here for the pickup. Grayson sent me. He also says your invite's still good, if you still want it. Would hate to have to tell Grayson his contact got jitters and ran.
You wish. Come on. Packages are in the trunk, bigger ones behind right and left panels, small ones sewn into the lining of the pink and green coats.
We're halfway to his car when engines announce themselves with a distant roar. Our heads whip down the winding road. Red and white cars bearing painted axes rapidly speed toward us. How much heat did you pull?
Not enough to send pitchforks after. Must be a patrol.
Then maybe we can talk our way out.
I have something. I've got a tailor's license signed to Petya Ivanov. You could play fashion designer. You look sharp enough to pass. Say the car broke down on a delivery.
It's an act we've put on a dozen times before, but the memories blur into the last job we worked. I'm standing in the dark of Santa Anita Lodge, needles 38 pressed into my gut. Don't make me regret this. Something flits behind his blue eyes. I don't have time to see what. When the Crusaders pull up, I'm impatiently tapping my fingers while a harried needle slams down the hood.
Excuse me. This road is off limits.
Sorry, sir. We were on a delivery to Downing when the car broke down. Just finished fixing.
Needles hands him a packet of forms. I wrinkle my nose, passing it off as annoyance instead of nerves when I smell ash. He must have come from barrel smashing.
Thank you. We'll let you get on your way once we finish checking the contents of your...
Keep your greasy paws off them. I spent all week finishing those orders. I didn't lose sleep so some buckethead on an ego trip could ruin them.
Hey, boss, go easy on him. He's just doing his job. Quick check and we're on our way. And if something gets messed up, I'll take care of it.
Pietya! Needles shrugs like a man resigned to the tide and pops the trunk. He takes his time, showing off drab colors and modest cuts while smoothing ruffles. No one else sees him tuck away an odd stitch. Satisfied? Or is carrying cotton and tweed a crime?
No, that'll do. Thank you for your cooperation. Now you have 5 minutes to get off this road, or there will be a problem.
We watch them leave, sharing a sigh of relief and a grin as they peel away. Let's hurry up. I don't want to risk any more surprises.
I'll get the panels. You get the coats.
We move the cargo to my car, steps haunted by silence. Where the space between us had been empty before, there's an uneven jumble. Familiarity piled on by hurt and uncertainty.
That invite. It's not just a code word, it's for Grayson's shindig. You gonna be there?
Yeah, helping to organize it.
Come talk to me later. I got something for you.
Look, Needles.
Please?
I don't have an answer. Not when we load the last bag, not when I blink, and he's gone. All I know is I've got a job, and I'm due back at the Swan.
Okay.
How'd it go?
Got everything on the list.
Everything? Even Freddy?
He said he'd think about it. Can't promise anything more than that.
That's good. Better than good. It's more than I could have hoped for. Thank you, Gia. Tonight's going to be special. I can feel it.
Need a hand with anything else?
I think I got this covered. Why don't you take a spell? Freshen up a bit before the party, if you like.
I just might do that. Time passes. I'm back at the dance hall, hand on a thrumming wooden door, a chorus of joy and life on the other side. A tender ray of light peeks through the crack. I take the invite and step inside. Bright bulbs, dusted curtains, stitched up holes. Hard to believe it was a sight only fit for the spiders and moths until a short while ago. The stage bears barely a scratch or scruff from its burial. Either it was in better shape than I thought, or Grayson's a miracle worker. I can barely see Benny's hat around the sea of suits and skirts. He's a little bolt of energy, bouncing in and out around the crowd to reach me.
Holy cannoli, Gia! The line's already running out the door. How are we gonna pack them all in?
We'll manage. If they're sticking around long enough to wait, I doubt they're in a hurry to run off. Through the waves of crowds and dance floor, my eyes drawn to an approaching pair. A musician in a tan suit, arms slung around his other half. Freddy. Finished thinking, huh?
You made an effort to talk me over. I decided to give you a shot. Blame Grayson for the rest.
Hey, now, I didn't need to do much talking at all. All I did was return Mr. Toots to his rightful owner. What you did with it after was your biz.
Mr. Toots?
My trombone. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to go finish warm-up.
His eyes roll, but Freddy's half grin is a break of light through the gloom. He pats Grayson on the shoulder and takes to the stage with his other partner, Mr. Toots.
Anyway, before things get busy, I wanted to tell you something. It ain't you two. I never gave up on seeing the Swan in business again, but this is like stepping back in time.
Wouldn't have happened if you hadn't thrown it all together. Grayson gives us a 15-watt smile. He takes to an expectant stage and a deserved applause. Him and Freddy lift their horns. The hall holds its breath in anticipation. The music starts, and the Swan completes its transformation. The once stale air warms under bright music and swaying bodies. Though I'm supposed to be working, I imagine myself on the floor too. Not every day you get to enjoy the same party you're working.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're still on the clock. Underground's expecting party coverage. Testimonials, quotes, pictures, the whole kit and caboodle. All anonymous, of course.
I'm going to keep an eye on the floor. Catch up with you later, junior reporter. Polished to a shine, the bar's a watering hole for the thirsty and giggly. How long's it been since they've had a glass of something more than water and church wine? There's a line from the beauty station to mirrors of all genders and ages. Men with hair gel and women with makeup take a gander at their reflections and leave with a bounce in their step. Bright bulbs, dusted curtains, stitched up holes. Hard to believe it was a sight only fit for the spiders and moths until a short while ago. There's a trio camped comfortably together. Their limbs are a comfortable sprawl, as though the dance hall were their living room.
There I was, up 28 hours, my partner dead asleep, arms giving out. I saw the ice buckets and I knew what I had to do.
Just because I didn't see it doesn't mean you weren't wrong to do it.
Lighten up. Scolding her isn't gonna bring the prize money back. Which you should know after helping us spend it all on drinks and movie tickets.
Their friend grumbles defenses into his drink, while the pair share a laugh. The handsome-looking partygoers trails off when she sees me.
Evening, miss. Hope you don't mind some fossils taking up space.
Why not? Sounds like you were here first.
Damn right, sweet thing. We and the Swan have a history. We were reminiscing a bit.
All right, I'm curious. What did you do with the ice buckets?
Don't. We'll be here all night listening to her again.
Then plug your ears, sweetie. Once upon a time, the Swan used to hold dance marathons every last Tuesday of the month. 50 cents for admission, free food and shelter. Winner takes all.
It was your idea, Clyde, wasn't it?
I got the idea from San Francisco. Something to fill the hall during slow days. Fortunately, I didn't realize one of my best friends was a conniving cheat.
Oh, come off it. Sadism was sexy entertainment back then. I wasn't the only one slipping smelling salts in my sleeves or dipping fellas into an ice bath. Speaking of which, so, the ice buckets. Adrian Felton keeps kicking our shins, so I dropped a bottle of red ink into their tub. How was I supposed to know he'd make a mess?
What's your history with the place?
We used to be regulars. I tell you how many years we've been coming, but it'll upset Minnie.
I beg your pardon, Chris. The only thing she needs to know is that I'm the 5-time winner of the Swans Dance Marathon competition and marathon record holder this side of the lowers. Although if you want to see moves, you should watch Clyde. He used to teach you.
Not all of us are looking to show off.
Why not? Maybe I'll learn something by watching. The former instructor squints at me, then his drink. Nothing feels former about him as his hand swaps the glass from Minnie's hand in one fluid gesture. Their steps are a well-oiled music box, and each step clicks the ground like teeth against a cylinder. 1, 2, spin, dip. Clyde elegantly swings Minnie downward and upwards.
And from another angle.
Without a break in movement, they swap parts. Minnie to the side, Chris the lead, Clyde the follow. 1, 2, spin, dip. A perfect repeat of the first, etching the motions into my memory.
Okay, nothing important.
Among a sea of undulating bodies, one's flopping about like it's her first time in the deep end. A teenage girl alternates between peeping at dance sheets and practicing steps solo. Mind if I cut in?
Oh, sure.
One hand in hers, one arm around her back, I guide her through the steps. She's a choppy partner, jerking on slow steps and dragging on quick steps, but she evens out with each repetition.
I'm doing it. I'm really doing it.
Sure are, kid. First time?
Pretty much. The last time I danced was at my cousin's wedding, but that doesn't count.
And Nation's Crusade doesn't allow dancing for even weddings anymore, I take it.
No. Grandma says it leads to sinful thoughts and sinful actions. Is it weird I don't care?
The song ends and we part. The flushing girl bobs her head.
Thank you. I'm going to go practice some more.
The floor here is strewn with all the sheet music the band tossed onto the floor over the course of the concert. I'm not sure if it'd be worth anything, but it's a piece of Nation's Crusade history now. I rifle through the fallen pages, looking for something that might make for an interesting keepsake. At the bottom of the pile, I spot the final movement, signed by the band. I tuck it into my coat pocket. I'm sure a music lover would enjoy this piece of history, even if it takes a little insider knowledge to fully grasp the significance. I look across the room, and the world slows. Whether scarred or in new clothes, Piotr has a pair of eyes I'd know in any crowd. They trail my every gesture, from my dress to my face, until we're steps apart.
You look good. Anais?
Didn't think to ask. Got it for a job. Yacht party with Dreamland's upper crust.
Whoever picked it's got taste. Newest season, classy colors, yeah, pretty enough to look at. Not enough to stick out. In Dreamland, anyway.
You planning on spending the night gushing about my dress? A spot opens up along the bar under a shuffle of giggling feet. Part of me doesn't realize we're stepping through familiar motions until we've cleared the counter and perched our elbows. But when we run out of steps, the silence sets in. I feel like we're wading through a room covered with molasses. No helping for it. I'm going to have to get us unstuck. Heard Eli sent out a full draft order. Glad to see you got out.
It was close. Came back from a job, saw the notice. Barely had any time to grab my kit before they started kicking doors down.
And the shop?
Haven't been back. My guess, it's ashes.
Knowing White Street, it might as well be. Whitecaps don't tolerate deserters. If a tailor ran without any friends or family to punish, that didn't leave many targets.
Heard something about the general, though. They say 8-Shot ushered him onto the final ferry. That true?
It's not like that. Does it look like I go out of my way to kill a Baron?
Surprisingly, no. Too risky, even for you. Doesn't stop people from guessing. Last I checked, top bets were professional hit, revenge mission, or vigilante action.
Figured if you had a barony you liked less than White Street, Nation's Crusade would be somewhere in your top 5.
Upper end of the list. But White Street's on fire, and Nation's Crusade's got plenty of smuggling jobs.
Not surprising. Zio used to say in our line of work, no one benefits more from a baron tightening their fist than us.
He wasn't wrong. It ain't all makeup runs. Records, films, smut, food, clothes, comics, religion, everything's a target. Pissing off every third Damon Joe in the barony.
I stare at my reflection in the counter. A while ago, I'd be imagining a steady stream of work and a growing pile of cash. I don't see them now. Have you heard about Mr. Blanc?
Not since my last Uppers gig. Why? What happened?
He's dead.
What? No, don't kid.
I'm not screwing with you, Needles. I was there. The air cools into a respectful silence. Needles waves down the bartender. We order 2 shots. Neither are to Mr. Blanc's tastes, but we drink in memoriam anyway.
To Mr. Blanc. He ran a nice bar.
To Mr. Blanc. He gave me a second chance. All right, Needles. What's this about? Needles usually isn't one to pull his punches. Whatever this is, his fingers fidget for half a second before placing a set of keys on the counter between us.
Here. 35 Chimera.
Aha.
Won't have all Cress's work, but it'll get you around.
You fixed Chimera?
Not personally. Found out while I was still in White Street. It was like seeing a ghost. But I did a big job, someone owed me a favor, I owed you, so I cashed in.
Needles, when I said you owed me double, it was for the gala. Bringing my car back's a hell of a lot more than pay up and get out of my sight.
Yeah, but I owe you for more than the gala. Owed you for the Valentine job. And for being a bastard who couldn't even say sorry.
Still not hearing an apology.
Damn it, Gia. I'm sorry. You wanted to know why I wasn't at the funeral. I meant to. Had my suit, a pack of cards, and a bottle of whiskey for Alfonso. Made it halfway there before I pulled over. Kept thinking Alfonso would still be here if you let me drop. Didn't think you wanted me there anyway. Not after the fight.
Look, Piotr, if I didn't want you there, I would have made sure the invite never got anywhere near you.
Too late now.
The reminder is a familiar ache between my shoulders. I look for a distraction among the bottles. Instead, I see a couple behind us overlaying our reflections. Maybe Piotr sees it too.
Let's play hypotheticals. Say it's the day of the funeral. This time I show up. What happens?
Same thing we do every time we finish a big job. Glasses of whiskey, cards, and stories.
Alfonso would have liked it, as long as the stories were about him. Always liked someone else reminding him how clever he was. He ever tell you about the cabbie wars?
About as often as the Russian bear. Even if we got through the funeral, I doubt we would have been okay. My rep was in the mud, and from what I heard, yours was only slightly better. We'd still be scrabbling for jobs.
Funny. I cleaned up pretty nicely on White Street.
I also remember you getting chased out by whitecaps.
It was nice while it lasted. But maybe I could have skipped that part. Wouldn't have set up shop there if we'd pooled resources. And you know who the reliable one was. Some clients like that. So, where do you think we would have ended up?
Zio traveled the world before settling here. Always wondered what it'd be like to visit the places he talked about.
Could have made it a tour. Rendazzo and Portnoy, take Europe.
Can't say I wouldn't be curious about Asia either. Heard they were still doing dinosaur expeditions.
All this assumes we keep in touch. Think we would have given it another shot? Being together.
Maybe not immediately, but I'd like to imagine we had a chance. Still missed your crooked face, you know, when I saw it in Raymond.
Funny. I missed your perfume.
My perfume?
Yeah, the wildflower one. Noticed it under the bleach. Reminded me of a lot. That and working with someone who enjoys playing dress-up just as much.
For a moment, the edges of the world soften with dreams of another past. I linger in the could-have-beens until the couple disappears, stranding us back in reality. It's a nice story. Too bad that's all it is.
Yeah. Doesn't change a thing. Wasn't there for the funeral. Stabbed you in the back. Got whitecaps chasing after us.
Honestly, Piotr, it still hurts. I won't forget you got Chimera back. That doesn't mean I'm entirely over what happened, with White Street or Valentine.
Didn't expect you to. Still feeling it myself. But we never would have been in the same room a year ago, let alone be talking.
I doubt this is the last we see of each other. We're both smugglers. Our work's going to overlap once in a while. And if I'm going to run into anyone else, I'd rather it be you.
You're not so bad yourself. I already lost one Rendazzo. Hate to lose another.
It's another reminder of the hole Zio left between us. This time, I almost don't feel it.
Anyway, you got a job. I need a smoke break. I'll See you around, Milaya.
I catch Grayson and Freddy between sets.
Gia, hey, enjoying the party?
Sounding swell, Grayson.
Oh, thank you. It's all the atmosphere. Nothing fills my cup faster than a full house and a great band made to live up to.
You really enjoy playing that much?
Well, sure. Don't you get any warm feelings when your work makes people smile?
I'm a smuggler. My work's supposed to happen on the down low. Most clients are happier pretending they never met me. And if I'm lucky, the job ends with a clean handoff and a thank you.
So why go to all the effort to help me then? What are you getting out of this?
I'm working a job. I told a client I'd help her fix something, and the only way we do it is if I make sure this party happens.
Oh, you're a good friend.
Friend? No. A client's a client. I made a contract, so I'm on the hook to follow through.
Don't worry, I get it. Sometimes a gig is just a gig. But for what it's worth, you've made me and everyone here real happy, Gia.
Freddy's humming, lighter with a trombone than an axe, but the clouds linger. When he's still too long or too short, he goes quiet. Freddy, how are you holding up?
Happiest I've been in years.
If that's your happy, I'd hate to see what your glum looks like. His mouth twitches downward like he's lowering the curtain on his mood.
Try not to forget things roll back tomorrow. Maybe this time for good.
You want it to be for one night only?
No.
Then what's stopping you from doing more gigs with Grayson? It wouldn't be public, or even as nice as here, but it'd be somewhere.
I could. We'd make a good run of it. It still doesn't change the band or what happens if we get caught. You think the hurt's worth it?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. But I know what it's like to be stuck living in something you hate.
Maybe. I'll think about it when I'm not working. Thanks for noticing, Gia.
Hey, Gia. What's the word? Any trouble?
No one's kissing the floor or painting a cow between rounds of Russian roulette yet.
Yeah? Any chance of that happening?
Wouldn't get your hopes up. It's Nation's crusade. Even a line dance counts as a wild night out.
You said it. I've been getting testimonials all night, and these people are starved for something more than sermons and speeches. Everything they do's gotta go back to goodness and duty. It's no way to live. And get this, Annie even bans the funnies. You think I can talk the underground into letting us include some in my article?
Try asking after you have it written. Benny frowns, chomping on the eraser end of his pencil like it's a fat cigar.
That's been tricky. I'm experiencing some bona fide writer's block. Been stumped deciding on the headline interview.
What? Nothing exciting enough?
Nah, that ain't it. But we need something with pizzazz. Most barely read past the headline. We want to sway hearts. We need to hook them from the start.
Annie's ban put Freddy out of work. Doesn't seem like he's as at peace with it as he says he is.
Huh. Yeah, that could work. Nation's crusade stopped the music. Former musician speaks out. Let's see what he's got to say.
We weave through lines of bodies bobbing up and down, and wave Freddy over between sets. Sweat pours down his brow, and not entirely from effort.
Something wrong?
Grayson tell you about Benny over here?
He said something about a reporter. He didn't say he was a kid.
Aw, don't let age fool you. Name's Benny Castellano, star reporter of the Daily Crier. I'd like to interview you for the front page. Personal details redacted. How's it feel to be back on stage?
While others might have blushed or preened over the opportunity to make the papers, Freddy's face clouds over. He looks as sure as a dented weather vane. Benny's a seasoned reporter. If he says he'll keep you anonymous, he's a man of his word. Freddy rolls his eyes, but there's no annoyance or rancor behind them.
It's bittersweet. I feel like I'm still waiting to wake up.
Must be disorienting, huh? The Swan's the most happening joint on the island. Then bam! Closed. Not because of profit or the owner packing it in, but the Baron said so.
Disorienting's a word. So is painful.
What happened back then?
Not much, except it was sudden. I came to work and found Crusaders. They said heretical music was banned, but Nanny would show us the way.
I remember Freddy chopping up kindling and feeling a thump to my gut. Benny furiously scribbles in his notepad.
If you have anything you'd say to Annie, what would it be?
Annie, I respect you, but you're wrong. You took something I loved and called it sin. Me, Grayson, every musician who stepped on stage, we aren't evil people.
Shrieks of delight cut into our conversation. It starts as a startled gasp and builds into a room full of awe. What the hell is that?
Oh.
Clad in a sharp suit, Apollo could have walked off a poster.
Apollo is here.
Tie themselves into pretzels and autograph requests come out in stutters. He takes them with a gallant wink and a smile. As the crowd flows towards the matinee star, I swim upstream to Grayson. The musicians flustered, professionalism straining against the same enchantment that has his audience.
Is that Apollo Diamond? What's he doing in Nation's Crusade? In one of my parties? Am I dreaming?
Couldn't help himself, I guess. Once the pleasantries ebb away, Apollo sweeps to the stage. The crowd parts, forming a narrow path between him and Grayson and me.
Oh, hello, old sport. Lovely barnstopper you've got going on. My people heard rumors about a floating dance hall in Nation's Crusade. Had to come see it for myself.
Thank you. I mean, you're welcome. It might not be as fancy as what you're used to, but we are a friendly crowd, aren't we?
The hall swells under a tidal wave of agreeable cheers, swept away under the fantasy of a movie star in their little corner of the world. I feel a little floaty myself when Apollo turns to me.
Gia, darling. Fancy seeing you here. We really need to stop meeting like this.
You tell me. Why is it you just happen to crash a party whenever I'm on the invite list?
Luck, I suppose.
He reclines back onto the edge of the stage like it's one of his sets, effortlessly drawing the room into his orbit.
I heard all the dance halls closed years ago. Good to see the folks of Nation's Crusade still know how to have a good time, eh?
Another wave of cheers fills the hall, but Apollo's churning something. Beneath the smiles and whispers, ripples of discomfort, sadness, and resentment pass through the crowd.
You know, I never quite understood Nation's Crusade's thinking. Sure, morality and goodness and all that, but why's it gotta be so drab?
I don't think it should be. A good number of us don't, in fact. We wouldn't be here otherwise.
Oh, that's the spirit. I've been to my share of parties. Never have I seen someone struck down over one. Well, except when someone tries skipping the bill.
The crowd chortles along, but it's more than politeness. They're hanging on his every word, drinking up visions of a world lost to them.
Joy makes us human, after all. What's more human than enjoying life, eh? We only get one, so let's spend it dancing. Hit the floor, tap your toes, turn to your neighbor and ask, Gia, would you dance with me?
For a moment, I'm standing in a fantasy. Soft motes of light around an outstretched hand from one of the city's most desired bachelors. But then, I picture myself standing across from a familiar pair of pretty blue eyes. Thanks for the offer, but I've got someone else in mind.
Well, no loss then. Knock them dead, darling.
I feel a flutter in my belly, like it's the days Needles and I were dancing around budding feelings instead of bad memories. Just like back then, all I had to do was walk up and ask. Up for a dance, Pyotr?
Always, Milaya.
He takes my hand, and the emptiness shrinks to the spaces between our fingers. I doubt it'll ever fully close, but we leap back and forth across it with every step. Hours pass. While the early risers and the lightweights slip off into the night, Needles and I take advantage of the extra space to take turns swinging each other around the dance floor. What the hell was that? If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to spin me through a wall.
Hey, I spin fine. You try after 2 drinks.
Without missing a beat, we switch positions, and I mirror what Clyde showed me. 1-2 spin dip. I swing Needles low, fighting a smug grin as he flushes brighter than a bolt of crimson fabric.
Okay, let's end here. For this paper, Apollo could be better than a mystery man, means Needles. I just did not want to make Needles very sad. And let's check Chimera 2.0. Okay, I cannot change my vehicle here.
I run into a standoff between a protest group and bucketheads. The former pilgrims have blocked off the street while a painter airbrushes a secular mural on the side of a nearby building. While I can't say it's a victimless crime, it's hardly the sort of thing that would concern a Baron of the Lowers, if that Baron were anybody but Annie. Civil unrest means our strategy's working, but I'm trying to continue working behind the curtain. It wouldn't be a good time to get pinched by the authorities. I'll have to handle this delicately. I pull up to the rear of the Buckethead cordon and roll down my window. The one in charge sidles up to my car and leans down to talk.
Move along, Pilgrim. We've got our hands full here, and we'd hate for a bystander to get hurt if things escalate.
Listen to me. You're both being played. Someone's instigating this protest as a distraction while they move in a barge full of contraband. The Buckethead furrows his brow, looking skeptical.
How can you be sure?
Because it's what I do. Look, I'm just a pilgrim now. But before I came to Nation's Crusade, I was a smuggler. If I were you, I'd fan out and check all the alleys and side streets. Ed nods, motioning to his compatriots. They pile back into their chase cars and fan out, leaving the road ahead free for me to continue my journey.
And let's check my new car, Chimera 2.0, but wow, this one is a coupe. Okay. I don't ride coupe. Let's move on to the story.
Draped in holsters, harnesses, loaded guns, and live grenades, Apollo and Sam gear up for fieldwork with the affected air of kings donning armor that'll never see a single dent.
I swear this used to fit me.
You've been stuck behind the desk too long, old sport. It's finally time for some action. We're really stirring the pot now, eh?
That's one way of putting it.
Oh, Gia, darling. You're just in time. How do we look?
You look pretty excited for a man who just intentionally started a civil war.
Tut tut. No getting cold feet now. This was always the plan.
Remind me, Hollywood, how many wars have you been in exactly?
Well, if you don't count the siege of Carthage and that swords and sandals picture I did in 29.
Gia's right, Apollo. This isn't pretend.
Ah, yes, yes. Thank you for the lecture, both of you. Now, shall we get to it?
Well, the pipe has well and truly burst now. Nation's Crusade is at war with itself.
Lit up like a crate of dynamite practically overnight. You've done very well, darling.
Yes, but the turmoil's spreading fast, and it will be difficult to contain.
Contain? I say we lean into it, old boy. When she sees what's happening, Annie will have no choice but to capitulate.
Changing hearts and minds is one thing, but civil war? Neighbor against neighbor? Maybe we put too much fuel on this fire.
Nation's Crusade was already a forest of dry twigs, waiting for a lightning strike. Annie would have you believe everyone in her barony shares a single mind. But that's not how people are, darling.
She spread herself too far too fast. She never really cemented her control, not like Eli or Mom did. Her hold over the people has always been tenuous at best.
She's just a kid, after all.
Yeah, a kid in charge of some woodlands that just caught fire. Let's say Annie surrenders. What then?
That's up to her.
Paulo, you agree with that?
Of course. What are you implying exactly?
Just that my hands are plenty bloody already. I don't need to scrub Annie's off, too.
She's convicted and stubborn, but she's also very young. In my experience, young minds are like gold. Bright, but soft and pliable. Annie hasn't hardened yet. I think she could be made to see reason.
At my look, Apollo raises his hands innocently, but brandishes an impish smile, like a child making promises to his schoolmasters with his fingers crossed behind his back.
I'll behave myself if she does.
So what's the play?
We let Annie sweat a little, then bring her to the table. She'll fold like cheap laundry. First step is to regroup at our forward base.
It'll be tricky to actually get there with all the hubbub. Reports show the conflict is making normal travel unreliable. Information is incomplete, but our routes into the barony may be limited.
What are our options? Sam points his thick finger at a map hastily scrawled with charcoal, dull black lines indicating where roads have collapsed or become unusable in the chaos. 2 paths diverge at the mouth of the barony.
Our scouts say there are civilian refugees fleeing the conflict here. We may be able to squeeze in past them. We also know some dissenters have captured this area here, and may be willing to let us through.
Can't make a call looking at some scribbles on a map. Let's get out there and see for ourselves.
About time.
Hey, Gia. Catch you around.
You know where to find me.
Yes, darling? Ah.
Gia?
How's the Chimera looking? She up to your standards?
She's getting there. Whoever Needle's miracle worker was, they cared more about looks than optimization. Already swapped out the engine and repulsors. Looking over the bushings next.
Despite that, she's wearing a small smile. Her mind's still snapping together the pieces, figuring out how to return Chimera to her old self. Knowing Cress, she'll be even better. I remember you telling me something. Apology accepted if you get our baby back?
You got some help, for sure. You're forgiven. Just make sure you keep a better eye on her, okay? See ya.
Holding up all right? All right, bye.
Make it snappy, would you?
Between that evening at Soap's and our little floating dance hall soiree, you seem to have a talent for party crashing.
All part of the job, don't you know?
Yeah? Which one?
Well, both. I'm only useful in this fight so long as I can get places other people can't. Whether that's behind a velvet rope or in a speakeasy somewhere, I'll always pop up where I'm least expected.
For a second, I thought you were going to say least wanted.
Ask around, darling. There aren't many rooms in this town Apollo Diamond's not welcome in. Not that you would have noticed, with your face buried in that Russian fellow's shoulder all night. See you soon.
Need something? You know where to find me.
Benny is at his usual table, humming a familiar tune. It takes me a few to clue into Benny's tune. Then I remember why it's so familiar. It was one of the numbers the band was playing at the dance hall. It looks like young Benny has fallen prey to the insidious dancing bug. Hiya, Benny. Or should I call you Twinkle Toes?
Hardy ha ha. I thought it was kind of fun is all. Who knows? Maybe I'll check out the scene sometime.
Only you don't really know how to dance.
Yeah, I kinda got the idea, but I'm not sure how to put it all together. I'd like to hit the dance floor and look real smooth, you know?
I think I can help with that. Luca, Gardner, front and center. Thomas, turn on the radio. Find something jazzy.
Huh? What's up?
What can I do for you, Miss Randazzo?
Hope you wore your dancing shoes, boys.
Well,
The best way to learn is by doing. Come on, kid.
Not sure about that. I'd rather watch first if that's okay by you. Give me some idea of where to put my big feet.
Don't worry so much. Try to have a little fun with it.
No, really, I couldn't. Don't make me, okay? Show me first, please.
Benny is so self-assured and brash that sometimes I forget he's just a kid. His hands are up, he's biting his lip, his cheeks are flaming. I thought he was being modest, but now I'm not so sure. Okay, relax, relax. We'll put on a show for you first. You can try later. Does that work out for you?
Thanks. I'd like that.
Your lead, big guy.
All right, miss. We can show the kid here how it's done. Just watch your hands. I'm a married man after all.
Luca takes his hand in his big paw, gently placing his other hand on my hip. He bobs his head along with the music for a couple of beats, then sways, guiding me along in his wake. I was expecting him to squash me with those clodhoppers of his, but he moves with surprising grace. He's no Arthur Murray, but he's no novice either. Luca, you're not half bad.
Diane and I used to cut quite a rug back in the day. Dances are a cheap way to have a good time. All you need is a place. Plus, it's all about the footwork, just like fighting.
Seriously?
Whether you're a powder puff puncher or a heavyweight plug, footwork really separates the serious fighters from the brawlers. Good training.
The two of us finish our dance in time with the song. Gardner favors us with polite applause. Benny laughs and claps, stamping his feet on the ground.
Hey, thanks, you guys. I think I got some good pointers out of that. Maybe I could have the next dance, Gia?
It's a deal, kid.
What's the word? Catch you around.
Miss, you know where to find me.
Yes, darling? See you soon, darling.
Yes?
Any idea what this could be used for?
This one might be tricky, but I have some ideas. I think I can now finish this little side project I've been working on. I'll leave something for you in the steamer trunk when it's all done.
Thank you.
How can I help? Goodbye for now.
Hey there. Be careful out there.
Well, well.
And no update here.
Have a look. Happy hunting.
Oh. Plasma cannon?
Hi, Gia. Come back soon.
Hello, miss. Take care now.
6 AP and 5 damage. Three AP and 4 damage. So I'll just use this grenade launcher rather than plasma cannon. Considering AP cost, and it's very unfortunate this Chimera was a coupe. I don't like front weapon slot because if I kill enemies in front of me, this debris will hit me, dealing 4 damage.
The eerie quiet as we enter Annie's greater pasture is belied by the columns of oily smoke rising behind tenement buildings in the distance. And what's that saying? Where there's smoke. Streams of fleeing refugees flow through the main drag like blood from an open wound. On the other side of the block, the air is pierced by the crack of celebratory skyward gunfire.
Oh, listen to that. The people have reclaimed what's rightfully theirs. I say we have a chat with them about their bright futures in the underground, eh?
Well, recruitment's one thing, but what about those refugees? Who knows what they've been through? We may be able to help.
Apollo's champing at the bit. Sam's characteristically hesitant. Another argument looms above their heads like a gathering storm front on the horizon. I interrupt to swat away the clouds. Either way, it's tough, unpredictable terrain to move through. Lots of civilians. We'll need to tread carefully.
Well, you're our resident smuggler. Which path would you choose?
So this is our forward base, and I think this is almost close to end game, and there will be a combat, I think. Let's stop this video here, and I'll continue this game in my next video. See you next time.